Welcome to Sweet Talk with Pauly B. I'm Pauly B. Let's get started. On September 22, 2017, the singer-songwriter Lady Gaga debuted her documentary called Gaga 5'2" on Netflix. The documentary was directed by Chris Mockerbell. The film follows Gaga over the course of a year through, the release of her most recent album, Joanne, and her performance at the 2017 Super Bowl halftime show. The film gives you an in-depth look inside the multimillionaire and six-time Grammy winner of her day-to-day life. The film begins as she speaks freely about her opinions on relationships with men, how the threshold for men's constant bullshit has somehow depleted from her existence. She is perplexed with her most recent relationship, ex-fiancé Taylor Kinney, and has settled with the notion that it may be because she has reached, or may very well be, on the brink of some spiritual equilibrium, if you will, when it comes to accepting the fact that you never truly are in control of your relationships. It seems to me that she has, in a sense, evolved in some shape or form when it comes to her relationships. When she says, and I quote, "In relationships, you got to move together, I guess as much as you can," end quote. In another interesting scene, Gaga talks with a musician outside sitting down on the sidewalk while enjoying a cigarette. Or, if you're British, while enjoying a fag. She talks about how she's always admired Madonna, but Gaga found out some time ago that Madonna may have made some negative remarks about her through the media. Gaga just wished she heard it from the horse's mouth instead of through third-party affiliates. Now, I don't know about you, but I agree with her on that. As I'm sure most of you would agree, especially if you're Latino, we all grew up with the, well, if you got something to say, come and tell it to my face, ese. I apologize, that was pitiful. So here's one in a British accent. Well, if you got something to say, mate, come and say it to my face, mate. Okay, now that was my Jason Statham impression. Sorry. It's good or bad, whatever. I don't know. Also, in the same scene, Gaga mentions how working in the music industry, from her perspective, feels that it's a lot harder for women to persevere when she says, and I quote, "When producers start to act like they're the one, you'd be nothing without me, for women especially, it's those men have so much power that they can have women in no other way that men can. Whenever they want, whenever they want, however they want, the cocaine, the money, the champagne, the girls, the hottest girls you've ever seen. And then I walk in the room and it's 8 times out of 10, I'm put in the same category. And they expect from me what those girls have to offer when that's just not at all what I have to offer in any way. I'm not a receptacle for your pain. I'm not just somewhere where you can put it in." That's what she said. End quote. Having said that, I find it's absurd and unimaginable to believe that in 2017, some producers still act that way. The famous ones like Gaga that have already made a name for themselves, that every so often are put in that uncomfortable position by a producer. It's as if you were getting that new promotion at work and all the hard work and dedication that you put into, just to find out that you're not getting that job unless you sleep with your boss. "No, Susie, I'm not going to sleep with you tonight. I'm not a piece of meat for you to touch. Susie, please, I'm married. I have children to support. Susie, what do you do? Get out of that desk, Susie. No means no, Susie. Oh, no, Susie. I can't afford another divorce. Get out of here, Susie. I earned that promotion with my blood, sweat, and tears. Off you go." Call me after work. We'll work something out. Okay. Now, it's basically the same thing. As you continue watching the film, whether you're a fan of Gaga or not, you come to the realization, regardless of your profession, that we all, in a sense, feel that we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Here we see an iconic, inspirational woman such as Gaga come to grips with the price of fame. The film depicts what can happen to a person after they have attained global fame. The pressures of having to entertain and mesmerize the fans of the world, it does come at a cost. How the stress of it all can affect the artist both physically and emotionally. Some would even say it is both a blessing and a curse. What do you think? Until next time, thanks for watching.